alright. I know what you're thinking. Wow, Ryan, you just uploaded a start to finish. Why the hell are you doing another one? And yeah, you're kind of right. But I'm doing it again because I just got some new figures, some new AJ Styles figures to be exact, and I was just thinking to myself, yeah, I want to do some swaps. So of course I'm gonna film it for start to finish. You know, I could have just done it on my own and not filmed it like I've done with, you know, a few customs, but with this AJ Styles Elite 61, man, I just wanted to show it off because it will be on Mail Call 100, but just to show it off even sooner before it comes out, I thought was a good idea. So we've got 3 or 4 swaps that we're going to be doing today, more than just head swaps, which was the last start to finish and an arm swap for the most part. So the most simple fix-up we're doing, well, I guess with the Elite 61, it's not really a fix-up, but we're going to be putting these AJ knee pads onto it so that the Elite 61 has some knee pads. Then we're going to be swapping this basic AJ onto this Elite body. I just recently, let me see if I can fix that. I just recently cracked the neck open, or cracked the torso open, so I put a smaller neck peg so that it doesn't sit so high. Because the screaming head that comes on this body, the neck peg is just a little bit too long. At least mine was, so had to swap that. Going to be putting that head scan on there. And then finally we're going to be doing a punk torso swap. I'm really interested to see how this looks if I put the tattooed torso with this head on the Elite one, and then this torso onto the custom, I believe, Royal Rumble figure. Not sure if that's accurate. I don't really think it is, but it could look really cool, so that's exactly what we're going to be doing. I also might be putting this extra long-haired head onto another AJ, though I haven't figured out which one yet, so by the time we get to the time to swap, I should say, I'll probably have one picked out, but let's stop wasting time and let's swap these figures. And I decided which one I'm going to use just now, and it's going to be this Elite 56 fix-up. Right now it has a screaming head, which I'm not really a huge fan of. This is the 56, of course, with the 47, I believe, kick pads, which I think is just so awesome looking. The blue is great, so there we go. Now we got it all settled. We can just go and swap it. First things first, I think we should do the AJ Basic to Elite. I always forget, is this 51, man? I'm really bad with my series now. Head swap. I think this is probably the more simple one out of the bunch besides the knee pad swap, but let's go ahead and heat this up. Here we go. First things first, the older AJ head is off. And the basic AJ head, oh man, that's tough. I don't think it's warm enough. It's kind of molded, similar to like the Seth Rollins head. Yeah, I'm going to heat that up a little bit more just because it is not the same. It's a little bit harder, or trickier, I should say, to swap off. So we're going to heat it up just a little bit more. So I think it is good enough, but we're just going to have to swap it from the back side because it is really being difficult. There we go, though. It is off, and we're going to put it on this Elite body now. Here we go. And it is on. Let's take a look. Long-haired AJ head scan on this body is a success, of course. I mean, I love this head scan. It's just more of a modern AJ compared to the shorter hair of this head scan, which I guess, again, we could just throw on this basic so that it has a head like so. We're not really ever going to be touching that, though. Looking at this, again, really nice head scan. Love the way it's painted. The hair is awesome. Bada boom, first AJ is done. We can move that out of the way and move on to our next AJ, which I think the first step is going to be to swap these heads. And then we will swap off the AJ boots and take off the Elite 61 knees. So definitely going to spend more time heating this one up and not make the mistake like the last one. I don't know how long that was, maybe 40-45 seconds I think is the perfect time. And the first AJ head scan is off. I'll throw that down. And as for this one, again, we're going to swap it from the back side so that it comes off easier. From the front, it's a little bit difficult. There we go. And now, just going to pop it right on. Hope the neck peg isn't a little bit too tall. It seemed like it, but Boom. This AJ head is on, and on this body, I don't think I put this head or any long hair AJ head on this body. Looks very, very nice. In fact, does it look better than this one? I'm not quite sure. You guys let me know which AJ you prefer, though. They both look really, really awesome. Love this one, I think, a little bit more, just because the blue is awesome. But there we go. That does it for those AJ swaps. Now we're going to do the knee pad swap. I guess we could just throw this one to the side, keep that intact. So we'll start off first by heating up these boots to take off the knee pads, and then these knees. Not sure if we could do it all at once, though. I'll try. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to start first with the basic and then just pop off the boots. I think I've shown how to swap these, but almost broke that one actually. That was really close. Not that it really matters because we're not going to be using this basic anyways. We can just put that down. We're going to take off the knee pads and just put them to the side so that, of course, we can then put it on the AJ. Almost done here, pulling them off. There we go. They're off. Nope, please don't fall. And then it'll be time now to swap off these AJ knees, which I think we can just do with our hands. Or actually, let me get my, if I use my screwdriver, it'll actually probably be easier here. We're just gonna put it in and then pop it out. Yep, that's definitely way easier than using my hands. There's the first one. Now the second one, again, we're just gonna peel it back a little bit, stick our screwdriver in and pop it out. Very, very easy. Now putting on the knee pads. This is the right one if I am correct. So we're just gonna slide that on. Now the left one. Now we're gonna take the little pegs or the connector piece, not really sure what to call that. And here's the trick that I showed you guys before. We're gonna line it up with the knee, of course, that it is on, and push it in and let it go. Let's see, let me actually get this, my little ply, oh, I dropped it, that's not good. Just so that it's in halfway if it's gonna focus, as you can see. Stick the knee back into the boot, like so. It'll probably be easier if you warm it up again. So now it's back in, so that we can just take our pliers and then just push it back in. Took the connector piece now out of what I believe was the right knee, sticking it in again, pushing so it goes halfway in. Again, just line it up, make sure that it's in. You can put a little bit of pressure on it and then squeeze it together. Not sure why Mattel decided not to give it knee pads. A little bit weird of a decision, but there you go, you have it. That AJ is done. I think I'm just gonna keep this apart. Not really gonna be doing anything with it, but finally we have our CM Punk. And I actually forgot, I am going to be also doing the same thing with those knees and these knee pads, which I'll show afterwards, but we're gonna start it off with the torso crack now. I believe Jesus has already cracked this torso for me, so I'm just going to take my screwdriver. Don't really think I need to heat it up, and you can already see it's cracked. And it's going to be very easy to just pop out like so. Just be patient, even if you've already cracked this torso before. And I don't really have a lot of room in the camera space, so I'm going to have to move this off, but I'm just taking off the bottom half of the torso from the top like so. Putting this to the side because of course we're going to be swapping the non-tattoo torso onto it. Now as for the CM Punk, we could just perform the torso crack, of course moving the arm to the side, putting our screwdriver in, putting a little bit of pressure. Not going to force it so that we don't get any of the stress marks or whatever they're called. Here we go, and we already got some because I'm not great at torso cracking. We got our first crack, if I can focus it. As for the second one, this side, which I kind of messed up a little bit. Let's see if we can pop it just by pushing. There we go. That was a loud crack, but it's now open. We can take it off like so. Should be good from here on out to just pop it out. I kind of messed up the right shoulder a little bit. Again, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of this off camera just because there isn't enough room in my sink to actually, I guess we'll just drop that in there for right now, but here we go. We're going to take the torso part and just pop it onto the Elite 1 lower body. Pop it back in, And as you can see, boom, I am going to glue it off camera, but it is on, and I'm going to put some knee pads on it. This looks very nice. Now, as for this side, we're going to put the arm back in and put it on the Royal Rumble body so that obviously it can click in, and then just push it in and it should be in. Okay, there we go. It is in. Let's try to get it focused. Again, the focusing issue kind of sucks here, but this looks really good actually. The red on this torso and head scan matches pretty nicely. This looks nice as well, though when we have the showcase, I'll have the knee pads on it, but let me know which punk you guys prefer. I think I'm going with this one. I really love how this body looks with this head and everything. This one obviously isn't complete yet without the knee pads, but we're going to be doing that right now. Let me know which one wins. Let's get into the showcase and wrap up the episode. That's going to do it for this video, though, guys. I decided to just put all of my Punk figures over here as well as my AJs, because I think Punk and AJ are the wrestlers I have the most of. Rollins is probably up there as well, and maybe Balor, but they all look really good together. Today's fix-ups came out amazing, but that's going to do it for this episode of Start to Finish. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, of course, if you haven't already, and as always, stay tuned to the next one.